You say you've been thinking of me. I know I should think of you. Thinking we ought to be together. Oh, maybe nearly, almost always, all the time. Lately you say you've had a feeling. I know I should feel it too. Feeling like in love or falling, maybe nearly, almost always, all the time. You giving me a love so true, I wanna give it back to you. Love you baby all the time. What you, one part me, put together so easily. To let our love grow, want the world to know, and so we're ready for these questions. Say I do each in our turn. Loves will seal these vows forever, maybe nearly, almost always, for all time. You giving me a love so true, I wanna give it back to you. Well, love you baby all the time. One part you to one part me, we'll mix it up like chemistry. You let our love grow, won't let the world know. So I'm ready for these questions. We'll say I do each in our turn. With a kiss we'll be together, maybe nearly, almost always, for all time. Well, happy Valentine's Day. So I think I'll talk just a little bit, if I can get the tea back down here, about the song and about this nice new guitar and some of the work that was done on it. So about the song, it's brand new. I keep changing the lyrics every time I sing it. So you got to hear the lyrics of that moment, of that time. It's a love song, a real stretch for me, and I thought it was really a nice one for Valentine's Day. I'm aiming for something that would see sort of like an Everly Brothers, in that period there where country and bluegrass and what have you were all kind of getting mixed together in a blender. And of course this has a little bit later period sort of flavor of the Beatles, who were always in the early days sort of copying the Everly Brothers. And so that's sort of the vibe there. And a modern take on it, and I'll put this out there too. Oddly enough, I was striving to be gender neutral. Just a weird bit there. So in this, the guitar, it's a brand new one. These brand new old one. It's another Vega. I don't know if that comes through on the video, but yes, it has the 50s and 60s era Vega headstock, which is just sort of a very script Vega decal up here. It's an unusual guitar. I think I get the feeling from some of the stuff I've read online, a few of the people in the Northeast seem to know these things. These were made in Boston, and people who are used to working on the Vegas in that area can kind of look at the bracing inside these things and decide whether it was a Harmony body or whether it was actually made by Vega. And the way these things work out, people more highly value the ones that were actually made in Boston. And so the rumor on this one is that it was actually made in Boston, that it's in that period of time when Vega was actually still making all of the parts on these guitars. It's a kind of a copy of a Gibson 00 L00, but it's idiosyncratic and different enough. It came to me in kind of bad shape. Well, not horrible, but it wasn't I didn't trust it to be playable. It had a pretty nasty crack in the top back here. And so I ventured out and found a luthier in the area, and this was a really great experience. His name is Marty Fair. He's a maker of Fairbuilt guitars, which are, I think they're really sort of catching on with the bluegrass crowd around the area, and they're just great, and someday I'd like to own one of those. But for now, he was doing the work on this guitar, and he really helped bring it back to life. He recognized that it was going to need a refret, and he really did just an amazing job on that, and reworked the fingerboard just a little bit, preserving the original character of it, which I've come to kind of like. And I asked him about it because I'm trying to figure out what do I like in fingerboard radius. And so this one has got an, for the era, I think is probably a little unusual. It's a compound radius. He said he found that it was sort of like a 7.5-inch radius here, all the way to a 16-inch radius. And you think about the way this thing expands, and it just sort of makes some sense that that's a kind of a natural thing to do if you're going to radius the fretboard. And I kind of like it. It's got almost an electric guitar sort of feel to it, and there's plenty of room, 1 3/4 inch on the nut, which is great for the fingerstyle stuff I was trying to do there. And it's got an extra sort of wide spacing back here, so it's bigger than the Martin sort of spacing, I think, which is normally a 2 1/4. If I heard him right yesterday, this is just a little bit larger than that, probably 2 3/8 or something. I can't remember what we measured, but it is wider, and it's just really very nice for doing that sort of thing, for doing the finger picking. And I'm no great Travis picker, but that's the other thing I was trying to do with the intro of the song. It would be great to mix that up with some sort of Scotty Moore sort of things. So I do those serially right now. I play one section of it with the finger picking, and then the other part of it I switch over to this more rhythmic strumming with a little sort of, whether or not I'm actually copying the sort of things that Scotty Moore did, that's the idea. I love the 68 Elvis show. Anyway, just that to me is rock and roll, where you can boil it down to 3 guys sitting around and just jamming with a good song, good picking, and good singing. So I think that's probably enough. Happy Valentine's Day. This goes out to my sweetie, who really likes this song, and I hope I did a decent enough job for her. And we'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.